Over the past several years, Kia has shown us that they are one of the companies that we all need to be paying attention to. They disrupted the industry with the Stinger, a performance-oriented sports sedan that didn't cost an arm and a leg. Then they came out with their large crossover, the Telluride, showing us that you could get a lot of people in a vehicle and still have a very spacious, comfortable cabin that also didn't have to cost a whole lot. And now they're coming into the subcompact crossover market with something that will help push the industry forward. Our spotlight is on this 2021 Kia Seltos EX. Now this is the second subcompact crossover they have in their fleet, technically the third if you consider the Soul. However, the Nero that we featured several times now on this show is a front-wheel drive only vehicle, and it's also a hybrid. So it doesn't really compete with any of the other vehicles on the market. Some of the only front-wheel drive subcompact crossovers, like the Toyota CHR or the Nissan Kicks, don't offer a hybrid option here in Canada. But now they have a subcompact crossover with all-wheel drive to compete with the plethora of other vehicles available in this segment. I mean, almost every manufacturer has one. So why might you consider this Seltos? Starting MSRP for this EX is $27,595 Canadian. It's pretty much in line with the other competition, especially the ones that we've featured. This EX is the middle trim for the Seltos here in Canada. You get a sunroof, forward collision assist, lane follow assist, a smart key with remote start and push button start, and then the standard features for the Seltos include Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, blind spot information, rear cross traffic alert, and heated front seats. We also have a heated steering wheel with this. Now that will change if you're in the US. Usually they don't offer the heated seats on the entry levels, but because we have a much colder climate here in Canada, we usually get it at the base price. This comes with a 2-liter 4-cylinder 146 horsepower inline-4 engine, and this is using Kia's new intelligent variable transmission, a CVT that we actually like, that we featured a little while ago in the new Kia Forte. Now, while some of the competition is offering adaptive cruise control at this price point, Kia is feeling that people will buy their vehicle because of the design look. It's unique, not quite a cookie cutter of the Telluride, but they're taking some of the design cues from that and incorporating it into this much smaller crossover. It's a very aggressive design without being overly offensive. Front end looks really nice with the LED daytime running lights. We have halogen headlights and fog lights, and then out back again, a different design than what we're seeing on the Telluride, but still close enough to what Kia is doing across the board that it fits in with the rest of their vehicle fleet. Now we're going to take this vehicle on a road test, talk about everything else you need to know if you're in the market for a $28,000 subcompact crossover and you're deciding which one you should go with and if you should go up to something like the Seltos or stick with a front-wheel drive sedan. As we start off on our road test, you'll see in the bottom the information that we did on our 100-kilometer test loop. When it came to the Seltos, 6.4 liters per 100 kilometers in normal mode. There's a drive mode selector here, so normal mode for that. So how about the ride, drive, and everything else about it? This 2-liter engine, we've used it before. In fact, we used it in the Kona, which this feels a lot like on the road. Even the interior feels a little bit like the Kona. Okay, so for the enthusiast, the engine's going to be kind of underpowered, but for your average buyer, this is more than enough. I've had no issues getting up to speed, and I feel that the issue that I had with the Kona was more related to that 6-speed automatic transmission, whereas Kia's intelligent variable transmission, which is their fancy way of saying it's a CVT, I think improves the experience. Now I know a CVT is a dirty word for a lot of people, but if you build it right, it's going to be good. And so far this one has been. We tried it in the Forte and really liked it, and even in this, just as good. The thing is, it's not meant to be sporty, even though you can put the transmission into sport mode, you can put the drive mode into sport mode. It's not really meant for that. And so far, as I've been driving around, getting on the highway, passing anybody that's a little slower, things like that have not been an issue when it comes to this. So the transmission makes a difference. The interior is trouble-free. There's no drama going on with this. The infotainment system works. We love what Hyundai and Kia have going on with their infotainment system, plus Android Auto, Apple CarPlay works so well. So you don't have navigation and you don't have Sirius XM, but maybe you're using Apple Music or Google Music and you've got your maps built into your phone, so you don't need those things. Everything else works well though. I'm comfortable, good seating position with these leatherette seats. Ride is good too. It's what you would expect in this price point. I find The road noise, especially on the highway, is just a little louder than I might like, so they could do a little bit more for the inside sound insulation. But for the most part, if you're looking at this over the direct competition in the subcompact crossover space, you're going to like this, mostly because of this transmission. But if you're looking at this because you were maybe considering a compact sedan and you wanted, you know, some of the top end stuff is about $30,000 Canadian, you could get this instead with the all-wheel drive, which might be a plus for you here in Quebec. It's a great thing to have when the roads get rough. You've got it, and the fuel economy hasn't suffered too much. I mean, 6.4 liters per 100 kilometers, that's pretty close to what we get in our front-wheel drive compact sedans, so not bad overall. I can almost guarantee you if you put 100 people behind the wheel of this, you didn't explain to them anything about the mechanics on this vehicle, you just said, take this for a drive, go 100 kilometers, and let us know what you think. I think all of them would be surprised that it uses a CVT because it is just so smooth and I have no issues with it. When I look online, when I see other people who review these vehicles and complain about specific things like that, it's because they're looking at it with the wrong lenses. They're looking at it from an enthusiast's perspective. A lot of the big channels out there, they focus on top-end, luxury, supercars, high-performance stuff, and then they, for some reason, will review a consumer-grade entry-level vehicle, and then they don't really adjust their perspective. That's one of the reasons why I like filming these cars, because we do a lot of this stuff. So I don't forget that this isn't meant to be quick and sporty. It does what it's supposed to do really well, which is fuel efficient, comfortable, pretty spacious, especially for a big guy like me, and honestly, it's got a good look to it. Right? I know some of the other subcompacts in this segment get a little funky with their designs, and you can say that this one's also on the funky side of things, but I do like it. I think it's got a good look to it. The Seltos gives you pretty much what you need out of a vehicle. Keep in mind, needs and wants are different. So a need, you've got things like the heated seats, heated steering wheel, good design, good ergonomics on the inside here, and all-wheel drive, if that's important to you. Coming down to price and everything, again, it comes out a little bit pricier depending on what you're looking for, since some of the competition has active cruise control, and this does not at this trim and price point, but you still do get quite a bit with it. It shows us once again that Kia is committed to building a solid vehicle that people will enjoy, and it's not meant to just be a car, and it'll actually be something that you will want to buy, not just something that you need to buy.